All right. Go ahead and get settled in your chairs while I make a couple more adjustments here. Let's start sitting back in our chairs so we feel supported. We don't want to lean back in the chair. We want to sit up tall. We still want to keep our good posture. Anytime we're practicing yoga, we always come back to our posture. Sit up tall. Let your hands rest on your legs. Relax your shoulders. And relax your feet. Just let your feet rest softly on the floor. We're not gripping anywhere. We're not holding on. We're not creating any tension anywhere. And then take a couple of deep breaths. And as you exhale, feel your body soften, release. Close your eyes if you like. It's maybe the only quiet moment you have today. So allow yourself to just be right here with your breath. No expectations. Just appreciating your own breath. And as you sit quietly, notice if your mind starts to wander, and that's okay. Just bring your attention back to your breath. Over and over again. And now let's take 3 more mindful breaths. Let your body expand as you breathe in. Contract as you breathe out. Okay, our first movement will be allowing the right ear to come down towards your right shoulder. And as you do that, make sure your shoulder stays down. You're going to feel the stretch in the left side of your neck. Take a few breaths. And now on your next exhale, slowly let your head roll forward. And on your inhale, let your left ear come up towards your left shoulder and pause there. Next, we're going to do some half circles with our heads. So as we exhale, our heads come down to the front. And as we inhale, right ear up towards your right shoulder. And then exhale back down. Inhale up to the left. And now just move with your breath. Exhaling as your head comes down and forward. Inhaling as your head comes up to the side. Let's do that 2 more times on each side. Still following your breath. Find yourself ready to pause, let your head come down the center, relax your shoulders, and actually push your shoulders down away from your ears so you make space between your shoulders and your ears. And then on our next inhale, let's lift our heads up. And exhale as we tip our heads back. And now we feel a stretch around our throats. Deep breaths. And then on your next inhale, come on back to center and let your neck rest. And then if you like, just turn your head side to side slowly, like you're shaking your head no in slow motion. Hang up. And gradually come on back to center. Bring your arms down by your sides. Turn your thumbs so they face behind you. And as you do, bring your shoulder blades in towards each other just a little bit, just so you start feeling a little bit of a stretch in your chest, your upper back. Feel your muscles squeeze together in your upper back. And then inhale, raise your arms up overhead. And exhale down to your heart. Relax your shoulders. We're going to do that 2 more times. So we'll pause after we bring our arms down, turn our thumbs so they face behind us, and do that little bit of a squeeze between your shoulder blades. Take a few breaths. And then inhale up overhead. And exhale down to your heart. Relax your shoulders. We'll do that 1 more time. When you're ready, bring your arms down by your sides. And your thumbs. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Open your chest. Take a few breaths. And then on your next inhale, raise your arms up and exhale down to your heart and pause right there. Relaxing your shoulders. And so now is a good time to slide forward in our chairs. We're going to start doing some bigger movements, so we may need a little space behind us. So go ahead and slide forward in your chair. Still going to be sitting up nice and tall, keeping your good posture. All right, so now let's do a side stretch. We're going to do that with our breath. So we're going to do it 5 times on each side and then pause on the 5th time on each side. So start with your hands down by your sides again. And inhale up and touch your fingertips. Exhale, leave your left arm up, bring your right arm down and lean to the right. And then inhale back up and touch your fingertips. And exhale to the left, right arm stays up. We'll do that 4 more times. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Nice and slow. We're moving slow today. We're taking advantage of this moment to pay attention, to feel what we feel. Let go of any distractions. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Left. And the next time you come to the right side, pause there. So your left arm is up and your right arm is down. Your right hand rests on your thigh and reach up with your left arm, lengthening your left side. And breathe into it. This is our first big stretch. You may notice a little resistance. Okay. Breathe into it. One more breath. And then release your right arm down and inhale as you raise your right arm up and touch your fingertips. Exhale, left arm down and lean to the left. Reach up with your right arm. Breathe into it again. More breath. When you're ready, inhale, raising your left arm up. This time as you exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart and relax your shoulders. And take a few breaths. All right. Roll your shoulders a couple times if you like. That always gets the energy moving. It releases any tension that might be building up. And then we're going to move into our spinal rotation. So today we're going to start with small circles that merge into big circles. So start by sitting up tall with your hands on your thighs, and then make some small circles with your torso. You're sitting up tall. You're not leaning back or leaning forward. You can really feel your core muscles when you do this. If you like, you can put a hand on your belly and a hand on your back so you actually feel this movement. Feel it in your hands, but you also feel it in your belly. Feel those muscles that protect all your internal organs. Nice and slow. Keep your hands there if you like, or bring them back to your thighs. And then slowly start to make your circles a little bigger. Each time a little bigger. So now we're moving in a spiral. We were drawing a circle on the ceiling. We were drawing on the ceiling. We'd be making a spiral now. I hope that made sense. If your head was drawing on the ceiling, that's how I think of it. Now we're moving in a spiral movement. Nice big circles, getting bigger each time until we reach the edge. And then we circle around a couple times on the edge, feeling our core muscles still. And the next time you come back, pause there. And then reverse in that big circle, going the other way. Nice and slow, no hurry. Good to slow down, even if it's just for 45 minutes a day or 45 minutes a week even. Give yourself this little bit of time to slow down. And now we're going to start to make our circles a little smaller. So retracing that spiral and back towards the center. Each time your circles get a little smaller, sitting up a little taller. So you're back where you started, just going in the opposite direction, feeling your core muscles again. Feel them working, feel them moving, loosening up. All right, and then the next time you find yourself in a neutral position, pause there. And then round your back into cat pose. Want to keep your shoulders down away from your ears, and the effort is between your belly and your spine. Pushing your belly in towards your spine and rounding your back. Breathe into it. One more breath. And we're going to follow the cat pose with a cow pose. So inhale as you come up to neutral. Exhale into the opposite direction, pressing your spine towards your belly, arching your middle back, allowing your head to drop back just enough so you feel your neck muscles engage. Press your chest forward, squeeze your shoulder blades lightly, and breathe. Breathe into it. Now let's move with our breath again. So we inhale to neutral and exhale to cat pose. And then inhale back to neutral and exhale to cow. We'll do that 4 more times. Inhaling in the transition, exhaling into each pose. Worry about counting. I'm counting today. We're going to do 1 more of each pose. Wherever you are, complete 1 more set. 1 more cat, 1 more cow. And then we'll bring ourselves back to neutral and relax. Lower your shoulders again if you like. All right. So now let's do a forward fold. We're going to do that with our breath as well. And then we'll do our spinal twist. So we're leaving the spinal twist to the end today. Sometimes we do it in the middle, and today we're going to do it at the end. But right now we're going to do a forward fold with our breath. And we'll start with our hands on our thighs, hinging at the hips. And then we just pause. We come down and we pause. We notice, where's the resistance? Where's the edge for this pose? Are you pushing too hard? Are you trying too hard? Can you release a little bit? Or can you try a little more? Just find that perfect place for you right now. And then when you're ready, we're going to move with our breath. So push down on your legs as you inhale and lift up. And then exhale as you hinge at the hips and come down. Your back stays nice and flat, nice and neutral. There's no rounding or arching. You're inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you come down. 3 more times. And the next time you come down towards your thighs, go ahead and stay there again. Take a few breaths. And then one more time, press down on your legs and lift yourself up. Relax your arms, your shoulders, your back. Roll your shoulders, move your whole torso. Loosening up. Ready for that spinal twist. All right. So let's actually do two spinal twists. We're going to do an upper back twist and a middle back twist. So our upper back twist starts with our hands on our shoulders, elbows pointing out, and we move with our breath again. Inhaling to the front, exhaling to the right. Inhale back to the front and exhale to the left. And your head just stays in neutral. You don't need to turn your head at all. Just let your head move with your torso. You're inhaling to the front and exhaling to each side. 3 more times. Next time you come to the right side, pause there. Keep your head in neutral and breathe naturally. You feel this under your ribs, the backs of your ribs. Maybe you feel it in your shoulders or your chest. Breathe into it. This is where we hold a lot of our tension, so sometimes we got to work with that tension. We have to be kind to ourselves. Acknowledge that we're tied in certain places and just work around it. On your next inhale, come back to center and then exhale to the left. Again, keeping your head in neutral, twisting your chest, twisting your arms. Breathe into it. All right, let's inhale back to center and exhale. Bring your arms down, roll your shoulders again. All right. So you should feel some nice warmth and energy in your upper body. Now we're going to move down into our middle belly, middle back for our spinal twist. Your legs facing forward. Just turn to the right of your chair, letting your hands rest wherever they're comfortable. I find left hand on the outside of my right thigh, right hand on the chair. And then the effort here is just pushing your right shoulder back. So as you do, you're opening up and you're twisting from the waist. Breathe into it. It's always about the breath. We always come back to the breath. Let's take a couple more breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly come back to center. And then slowly move to the left. Take your time. Finding that place that feels comfortable, maybe a little challenging. And then press your left shoulder back. And find your breath again. Take a couple more breaths. And again, on an inhale, come on back to center. And one more time, let's roll our shoulders. Move your ribs, move your whole torso. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and stand up. We're gonna do all our leg warm-ups from a standing position today. So take your time standing up and coming around behind your chair. Yourself settle in mountain pose. So just a reminder, mountain pose is basically standing. So if you're just standing, that's good enough. If you want to put a little more effort into it, you can lift your toes, spread your toes out, press them down. Even if you're wearing shoes, you can do this. Pressing your toes down so you feel the whole bottoms of your feet. That's your first cue. Make sure your feet are grounded. And then with your hands on your hips, gently tuck your tailbone. Just a little movement. And immediately you hold your belly and you feel your core start to work. Relax your arms down, roll your shoulder blades down your back, and just look straight ahead. So you can put as much effort or as little effort into this as you want, but you still want good posture. Your breaths. And then inhale up overhead. And exhale down to your heart as we begin our lower body warm-up. Okay, so with your hands on the chair, lift your heels and then lower your heels and lean back and lift your toes. Lift your heels, lower your heels, lift your toes. You can hold on to the chair, let go of the chair. Rolling across the bottoms of your feet. A little more challenging if you're not holding on to the chair. The next time you come up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels, pause there. And then lower your heels and lift your toes. And then come on back down onto the full bottoms of your feet. Okay, so let's do a little calf stretch and then we're going to move right into warrior one. So starting with the calf stretch, and the difference between a calf stretch and warrior one is with the calf stretch, we step straight back. So step your right foot straight back. And you may want to look down, make sure both feet face forward. You can bend your front knee, so that would be your left knee, and then press into your right heel. Take a few breaths. Right. Now we're going to shift our weight forward onto the left foot. Bend your right knee and flex your right foot and hold right there. We're still warming our legs up. And then lean forward, pressing your right leg behind you. Press into your heel. All right, go ahead and release. Give your legs a little shake. And then we'll do the same thing on the left side. So calf stretch. Starting in mountain pose, step your left foot straight back. Look down at your feet. Make sure they're both facing forward. And then bend your right knee. And that sort of anchors you down. That makes it a little more stable rather than keeping that front leg straight. That's not very stable. So we bend the front knee, and then we can press into the left heel. All right, on your next inhale, shift your weight forward onto your right foot. Bend your left knee and flex your left foot and hold right there. And then press your left leg behind you as you lean forward. This is kind of a modified warrior 3. We're still holding on to our chairs. All right, go ahead and release and shake your legs out. You may want to pat your hips and your thighs and your knees, get the blood flowing into your legs. Okay. So next is warrior 1. We start in the same position, starting in mountain pose, facing the chair. This time when you step your right foot back, it might naturally come to a slight angle. And that's what you want. You want about a 45-degree angle on your back foot. And then you're bending your front knee, creating a nice foundation. And then the last thing we do before we do anything with our arms is to make sure our weight is centered between both legs. Sometimes we're leaning forward, sometimes we're leaning back or to the sides. So just find that center, find that place where you can just be where you are. You raise your arms up into warrior 1. You feel strong from your hips down. You feel strong from your waist up. You can just breathe. Your head looking straight ahead. Or slowly tilt your head back, but just move slowly. Any kind of adjustment you make once you get into a pose, make sure you're moving slowly. This is warrior 1. And then we'll do a little chest opener, bringing our arms down behind our backs, squeezing our shoulder blades. You can have your hands facing each other or resting on your low back. Either way. More breath. And then rotate your palms so your thumbs face behind you. You now feel your chest open up again. Then inhale, raise your arms up overhead, bring your palms together. Keep your hands up and hinge at the hips. So this is humble warrior. Now your arms can stay reaching out like this, or you can bring your hands to your heart, or you can have your hands on your chair. We're using our core muscles either way. Humble warrior. And then when you're ready, lift your torso back up. You're going to have your hands at your heart for this next pose. Once you feel stable, turn gently to the left. Keep your hands at your heart and your chin lined up with your fingertips. Little twist. If you can feel this in your hip, you feel your leg, your right leg working hard. You feel yourself balancing. One more breath. And then slowly rotate back towards your chair. Bring your hands to your chair and step forward. Shake your legs out again. So that was 4 poses. We're going to repeat that on the left side now. So coming into mountain pose again. And then when you're ready, step your left foot back. Check your alignment. Notice that naturally your foot wants to land at a slight angle. Bending your right knee, creating a nice foundation, and then raising your arms up into warrior 1. Breathe into it. More breath. On your next exhale, release your arms down by your sides and around behind your back. Meet your shoulder blades. And now we'll turn our thumbs so they face up towards the ceiling. Inhale, up overhead and bring your palms together. Down to your heart. So let's start with our hands at our hearts this time for humble warrior. Let the tips of your thumbs touch your chest. Engage your core muscles. So hold your belly in before you start to move. And then hinge at the hips. And then once you get down here, if you're comfortable here and you want to try bringing your arms out in front of you, that's always an option. Either way is fine. Hands on your chair is also an option. It's in your core muscles. Pulling your belly in. And then on our next inhale, let's lift back up to warrior one. Our final little twist, turning to the right, and your chin lined up with your fingertips. For breath. And then on your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to your chair and step forward. Give your legs a little shake again. We're going to do one more standing yoga pose before I think we'll come back to our chairs after this. Do a little qigong in our chairs. So we'll do our modified down dog here. With your hands on the chair, start to walk yourself back until you can't go any farther. Then bend your knees slightly and let your chest drop down. And pause here, finding your breath. Feel that release in your upper back, backs of your legs, your shoulders. Knees are soft, belly is tight. Let's take a couple more breaths. Before you come up, bend your knees more. You can keep your hands on the chair or bring your hands to your thighs. And let your arms and legs help you back up to mountain pose. We'll pause here, mountain pose. Relaxing your shoulders. A few breaths. And then one time, let's inhale up overhead and exhale, press down. We're going to come back to our chairs. And we'll do a little qigong in our chairs before we relax, before we come to final relaxation. Take your time, come into your chair. And you can sit back in your chair. You don't need to move forward. Now, once you're settled, rub your hands together, creating chi, creating energy. And we're just going to create a ball of energy here in our hands, and we're going to play with it. Creating our own fun. We're going to play with this ball of energy. So now that your hands are nice and warm, open them up and imagine you're holding onto a ball. And then inhale as you stretch it out, and exhale, bring it back in. Inhale. Exhale. As if this was your lungs. Every time you inhale, your lungs expand. And every time you exhale, they contract. It's not just your lungs, it's your whole body. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Let's do that 2 more times. Next time your hands come close to each other, creating that ball again. Pause there. And now bring your left hand underneath your right hand, still hold it onto that ball. And then we'll do the same thing. Inhale. Exhale. Reaching up and down and coming back. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Pause. Now we're just going to reverse that Tai Chi ball, that ball of energy. Bringing your right hand on the bottom, left hand on the top. Let's do this 8 times. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. 3 more times. Back to your ball of energy. Bring that ball of energy over your head and release it down. Down by your sides. And then inhale up and do that again. Release it down over your body as if you're showering yourself with new life. One more time. And bring your hands to your thighs. Relax your shoulders. Relax your legs, your feet, your face. And close your eyes. Find your breath. Just relax. Let your body heal itself. In these last few moments, let go of any kind of effort. Appreciate where you've been, what you've done, and who you are. Appreciate yourself. You feel ready to move again. Maybe start with your head or your hands or your feet. Slowly bringing yourself back. Opening your eyes when you're ready. And then one more time. Bring your palms together. Rub them softly. Bring your hands out to the sides. Inhale up. And exhale down to your heart with love and gratitude. Namaste. Thank you all for being here today. Hope you have a good afternoon.